Most client problems don't start with a big explosion. They start with small signals that get ignored. A vague brief, a missed commitment, a casual push against process. This video breaks down 5 client red flags that reliably predict operational friction, scope creep, and financial risk, plus how to turn those signals into calm, professional action. Problematic client behaviour rarely appears out of nowhere. It shows up early, often during onboarding or the first few weeks of delivery. In digital-first work, those signals can be subtle. Delayed replies, unclear answers, resistance to documentation, refusal to use agreed tools, pushy timelines without context. These aren't just quirks. They are predictive indicators. Operational friction is rarely random. When early red flags are present, the likelihood of future issues increases. Scope creep, missed deadlines, disputes, late payment, and reputational stress. Red flags are patterns, not isolated incidents. A one-off delay is normal. A one-off misunderstanding happens. But when the same behavior repeats across email, calls, tasks, approvals, and invoices, that's no longer a moment. That's a trend. And trend recognition is a risk management skill. Logging patterns improves future decisions. Relying on memory makes warning signs easy to rationalize. A simple log creates clarity. What's happened, when, and how often. Patterns become visible. Decisions become evidence-led. And client selection improves over time. Aligned relationships support sustainability. Clients who respect process, communicate clearly, and honor agreements create smoother delivery, higher margins, and lower stress. Ignoring red flags does the opposite. It increases volatility, drains energy, and consumes time that could be invested in better fit relationships. Here are the 5 signals that matter most. Red flag number 1, disrespect for process and boundaries. This is one of the strongest predictors of future chaos. It can look like messaging outside working hours and expecting immediate replies, bypassing agreed communication channels, refusing to use the project tool, pushing for just one more change outside scope. Boundaries exist to protect delivery quality and team well-being. When a client tries to erode them early, they'll usually keep testing them later. Sometimes this is ignorance rather than malice, and education can help. But repeated disregard after clear explanation is a serious sign the relationship may not be sustainable. Red flag number 2, serial complaints about previous providers. It's normal for a client to have had one bad experience. But when every previous freelancer, agency, or provider was useless, slow, or incompetent, it's time to ask a sharper question. What's the common denominator? Language to watch for? Nobody ever gets it right? We've tried everyone. They all messed it up. This often signals deeper issues. Unrealistic expectations, weak decision-making, or a habit of externalizing blame. If the pattern feels consistent, proceed cautiously or decline politely. Red flag number 3, obsession with price and constant haggling. Healthy negotiation exists, but constant haggling signals a price-first mindset, not a value partnership. It can look like discount requests before understanding outcomes, comparing rates to unrelated providers, negotiating every line item, pushing for more work at the same price. This behavior erodes margins and often correlates with payment issues later, disputes, delays, and invoice friction. Pricing conversations should anchor on outcomes and scope. If a client cannot move beyond cheapest, the relationship may not be stable. Red flag number 4, unrealistic expectations or vague goals. Clarity is the foundation of delivery. When goals are vague, success cannot be defined. And when success can't be defined, dissatisfaction becomes inevitable. This shows up as "need this yesterday," "want it to go viral," "just make it better," shifting requirements with every message, unclear ownership or decision-making. Vague goals become endless revisions. Unrealistic timelines become constant urgency. And the result is scope creep disguised as quick tweaks. If structured clarification attempts don't produce clarity, the risk is persistent misalignment. Red flag number 5, refusal to sign contracts or pay upfront. This is a classic commitment risk. Contracts protect both parties. Deposits protect delivery time and cash flow. Resistance can signal lack of trust, financial instability, reluctance to be held accountable, intent to renegotiate after work begins. A client who values the work typically accepts standard agreements and reasonable payment terms. If refusal persists, it's a strong indicator of future disputes and payment problems. These signals don't appear as a neat checklist. They surface in everyday interaction, emails and messages. Tone, response quality, and follow-through are early indicators. Watch for vague replies that ignore key questions, abrupt messages with missing context, repeated "seen" without action, constant urgency created by poor planning, calls. Calls reveal investment levels. Signals include interruptions and dismissiveness, lack of preparation, refusal to follow the agenda, constant second-guessing without rationale, shifting requirements and last-minute requests. A last-minute request once may be a genuine emergency. A pattern of quick favors indicates a workflow risk. Refusal to use agreed tools or channels. When requests are scattered across texts, late-night emails, and random documents, version control breaks down and accountability disappears. Undermining comments about expertise. Comments like "someone else could do this cheaper" or "this is obvious" often lead to micromanagement and adversarial delivery. Ghosting and evasiveness. Delays in approvals, missed meetings, vague promises, all of these stall progress and increase pressure, then often gets reframed as delivery problems. Persistent avoidance is not just inconvenient, it's operationally expensive. Red flags become useful when they trigger a clear response. Document and log behaviours. A simple structured log is enough. Date, behaviour, impact. This creates a factual record that prevents guesswork and emotional decision-making. Separate coachable clients from chronic disruptors. Some clients respond well to clarity and adapt quickly. Those are coachable. Others repeat the same behaviour after multiple reminders. Those are chronic disruptors. A useful rule: if the behaviour improves after one clear intervention, coaching works. If it persists, escalation is required. Use checklists and screening frameworks. A red flag checklist applied during discovery prevents wishful thinking decisions. Include checks for decision maker clarity, budget readiness, willingness to follow process, response quality, comfort with standard contracts and deposits. Set boundaries early and enforce consistently. Boundaries must be stated, documented, and upheld. When pushback appears, treat it as data. Pushback reveals expectations. Prioritize evidence-based decisions over instinct alone. Instinct matters, but it's sharpened by evidence. Logs, checklists, and team feedback create a calm decision framework. Continue, renegotiate, or exit. Client red flags aren't about judging people. They're about protecting delivery quality, time, and business stability. When early warning signs appear, The goal isn't panic. The goal is clarity, documentation, and decisive action. Because the most sustainable service businesses don't just deliver well, they choose clients well. Thank you for watching.